Welcome back, everybody. I'm here now with your full forecast. Just starting you off with these current temperatures again because it's just cold, guys. This cold front came in pretty quickly on Tuesday morning, and now we have this second wave of cooler air that's making its way into West Texas, and it's making a big impact. Many places already in the 30s in the big country. You see 32 degrees exactly in Snyder, Roby, and Sweetwater. 41 degrees right now in San Angelo, but Abilene's going to reach that freezing point too. They're at 34 degrees. But when you look a bit further south into the Concho Valley, you see it's still just a little bit mild in temperature. 54 degrees still in Junction, 50 in Sonora. So they're having a bit of a better night than those of us in the big country, but it's still a very cold night and it's going to continue to be so. Temperatures dropping into the 20s for just about everybody. You see a few places in the teens, Anson, Roby, and Snyder here at 19. You see Abilene and Breckenridge out here at 21 degrees. But down here in the Concho Valley, again, those warmer temperatures just because they had that delayed exposure to those colder northerly winds. 34 degrees for that low in Mason, 33 degrees in Sonora. So just a few places in that above freezing range. But it's going to continue to get cold for everybody as we get through Wednesday, even a bit of Thursday as well. This cold front passed through, and now there's just this big cold air mass that's ushering in, and that's going to cool us down as we get through all of Wednesday. Most are not going to make it above freezing for the high or the low whatsoever. So as we continue into Wednesday and Thursday, you're going to see mainly a wet wintry mix, which is going to include your freezing rain and your sleet, as well as your rain, especially for those of you in the Southern Concho Valley where those temperatures are above freezing. If you're getting that icy precip, the accumulation is ranging from just a glaze on the ground to 0.2 of an inch, which can cause some very slippery roads. It does not take much at all, so definitely be careful if you're going to be on those roads. That's including Breckenridge ISD. They have delayed schools for 2 hours for tomorrow morning, so definitely take your time when you're driving through. And you see when you're looking at the highs for tomorrow, these are not the lows, these are Wednesday's highs, and that's how you can really tell who's going to see that freezing precip by seeing whose temperatures are going to go above freezing. So you see Brady, we hit 31 degrees, and everybody else further north is below freezing, and those are the ones going to see that wintry mix, especially as you get colder. That's when you have the possibility of seeing more of that sleet as well. But all the way on the other side here in the Concho Valley, it's possible for some of that wintry mix to fall onto the ground, but it most likely won't accumulate because the ground itself will simply be too warm. So let's talk satellite radar. Things are going to be kicking off tonight around midnight, aka early Wednesday. You see some rain starting to make its way into the Southern Concho Valley, and as we continue towards those morning hours, that ice just blows up. This is a more dramatic model, so showing more widespread ice throughout the entire region. But again, it is definitely more possible for you to see rain if you're in these southern counties. But everyone will see a little bit of ice, and that is going to start to dissipate as we get into Wednesday daytime. It's going to calm down, but going into Wednesday night, we're going to have a warmer air mass that comes in, making our atmosphere more unstable and making things blow up again as we get into Thursday night. More of those ice accumulations in the big country in the northern Concho Valley. Again, you could get up to 0.2 of an inch. And Thursday is going to be the prime time for those accumulations to happen. So once we get to the afternoon, things are going to calm down. The system is going to move further to the east, and we should be in the clear by the time we get to Thursday evening. So wrapping up with your 7-day forecast, we just have a very cold couple of days. You see, we're still going to be in the 30s, below freezing on Wednesday, and we'll barely be in the 40s as we wrap up the work week. But getting into the weekend, it'll take a while, but high pressure will slowly help us warm up. You see, we'll be in the 60s by the time we get to the beginning of next week.